Okay, good morning. It is December 22nd of 2023, and it's almost 8 a.m. in the morning. I see. I didn't check that. My Logitech, my old Logitech camera is the one that's working, because when I tried to make a YouTube video yesterday, the Razor, I think it is, camera did not want to be recognized. In fact, I think it was indicating that it was already, being used or something. So I hooked up the Logitech camera, and so I haven't corrected that. But then I also had to use the Dell computer over here, because I have Manicam working on, both of them. And so I could use it. So I used it instead of the B-Link computer that I'm using now. Let's see. Oh, come on. I very rarely turn the computer off. And okay. Let's see what this, if I can turn it. No, it doesn't turn on that stand thing. Logitech G Hub device set to 6400 or whatever. I've got all these keyboards. Can you see? Yeah, you can see it there. And my stomach's growling. I haven't anything to eat. It's 8 a.m. I just pulled these out because one of the reviews that I did of, well, hang on here a second. Don't touch the mouse. Building that, what was the Tower of Babel or something rather? Keyboards. I have a lot of keyboards. I give stuff away. Ew. The Tower of Babel just about fell. A day or two ago, I gave away a power pack. I have two. Hillary bought me. I told her not to a long time ago. I think it might have been after the power outage here in Texas, where we were without power because Texas has its own grid. They're so proud of that, but it's actually a money-making thing for politicians and business people, and their power grid sucks because it's corrupt, and hundreds died with no electricity in a wintertime. But So I think that's when Hillary got me those 2 power packs, 2 of them. And we live in an apartment complex. I've got a gigantic solar cell that she got, for me. And a whole bunch of other stuff. Hillary's my daughter. So anyway, I gave Plan Ops guys a thing that I hope they can use. I've got the other one running here now, finally. I hooked it up. I can't get the camera over there. Well, I could do this, I guess. Okay, you see it there with the red and, let's see if, anyway, you see it over there. The yellow thing with the green and red light. That's a power pack. Packs a lot of power, and it can be hooked to solar cells and everything else. And I had 2 of those, and I finally gave one away. Like I've given a ton of stuff away. When I was doing YouTube videos, not YouTube videos, but doing reviews on Amazon, I got hundreds of items sent to me for free to review, and there was a couple that I sold. The one was a complete networking system by, I can't remember the name of the company, but a big, we're talking, and I've sold that on eBay, I think. And there were a couple other items that I sold on eBay. One was a ham radio or whatever, handy-talkie. But other than that, I've given away a ton of stuff, all free. I am a river unto my people. That's from a movie. So why did I get on that subject? Oh, I guess because I've... Anyways, now these keyboards, I'm not sure how many. I think most of these I bought myself. And, okay, I guess I could... Oh, you can see it here in this... Okay. So I have these keyboards that I've given a bunch of those away, by the way, too. And I have a closet that has more in there. Some of them, are like the ones that where they're not a regular keyboard, they're a surface thing that you touch, maybe for portables or for, I don't know what, stuff like that. I've got those on the shelf. If somebody needs one, not you. I mean, if somebody locally needs, I'm tired of, shipping stuff and whatever. Anyway, I've got these, I should have them in order. Oh, anyway, so here's one of these keyboards. It's a nice keyboard. I forget now which one. I should write a note. There's one of these keyboards. That apparently, sorry. Okay, I'll sure be glad when I get the, let me turn the overhead light on. Well, let me turn this light on, maybe. Here, let's see if this helps. Might help a little bit. No, I don't think it's going to help. Hang on, turn that overhead light on. Okay, maybe that helps. Yeah, I think it will. Okay, well, maybe not. This is the Red Dragon. It doesn't have a keypad, which I don't, which numbers pad, which I really don't need. I never use it. And this is, if I can read it with, I think I can read it after I get my eye surgery done. And that's on the, I think the 3rd of January. Okay, this is the K552P-KB for, I guess, keyboard. Okay, I think this is the one where the caps lock is, which is next to the A key, is it must be too wide or something. I measured them on a while back online, and because I keep hitting the key lock when I'm typing. I think this is the one. I take these things out so often. Maybe I ought to put it down here on this bottom fucking shelf. I'll line it up correctly here later. So okay, this is the one, by the way, that has a nice, I didn't see it, palm rest that comes out here, and it magnetically clicks really nice. I think this is the one I should be using. I'm not, why I, let's see, ouch. Why I didn't go with this one this last time. Anyway, it has function keys, I mean, G through 5 and all types of stuff like that. And I'll just lay this against here because I think I'm going to be. Okay. Oh, here is my DOS keyboard. I love it. It's my favorite, except, whoops, wrong. It's my favorite, except the keyboard is not lit. This thing is just built, fantastically. Keys and everything are great. And when you, let's see if this is the one. Yeah. So when you plug this one into the computer, and you plug it into a 3.0 USB, you have 2 on this keyboard of USB 3 that you have. So the only problem with this is, well, it's kind of expensive. You can get these others, much cheaper. But when I show it to you again, okay, it's not lit. And I'm a touch typist. I had to, because I was at high school, I was in the dumb group of students who we tested, and then they decided, which they were correct actually in my case, and maybe in all cases, there was 4, classes coming in each year. And 2 of them were the smart kids, 2 of the classrooms were, the homerooms were the smart kids, and 2 were for the dummies. And of course I was in the dummy all 4 years, and went to summer school all 4 years. And of course my excuse that I make is I never opened my books. I did. When I first got them, when you got your new books every year, I read them, the things that I needed, the things I wanted to read, I read those, and I carried those books back and forth on the bus, not a school bus, but because the Catholic high school, they couldn't afford a bus. If you wanted a bus, if somebody came up like the ROTC Circus or something like that, the brothers rented a school bus. Anyway, a couple keyboards are missing. But the other day, I changed keyboards. Remember, I have two computers. I changed the keyboard. Okay, this is where the yeah, I think this is the one that I reviewed that I said was really good. So maybe one's not missing. But, so, what happened over here? Let's see. Let's see if I can move this and get a little better view here. Yeah, I think I can. Whoops. Sorry about that. So I had these out yesterday, the keyboards, and I forget why. And so I hooked up this Red Dragon keyboard, which is I get my first cataract surgery. I get that on the 3rd of January. And it's a problem. Like you have to have a relative take you. Or bring you back, will take you and bring you back, I guess. Okay, this is the K580RGB. Now these Red Dragons, they have, I'm sure I'm not correct on this, but they have, these are the magnifying glasses. I got those. I got like 5 or 6 of them for like $9 or something. But it's a plus 10, I think. It'd be nice to be able to. Anyway, it looks like almost all of these Red Dragon, and I think they may have another company that's actually Red Dragon, but maybe with a different name. I don't know. But they have their own sometimes they have their own software. And then you can, program all the keys. Otherwise, you have to try to just, do it and whatever. So I got in a great keyboard, and it might have been this one. I can't remember now. The videos are made, but I was able for one of them or two to actually download their program for that keyboard, and then you could fire that up and use that. But the rest of them, you have to program them manually. And there's plenty of YouTube videos about these keyboards where somebody goes through the entire, they show you if they can pull up software for it, if it has software. And then if it doesn't have the software, they sit there and they show you hitting the Oh, that's right, yeah. Well, if I have this going, you won't be able to see. Okay. This is, so I think the thing is the FN key. So if you hit that, okay. That looks like it's slowly changing. Yeah, now it's blue. But if you, one of these, and I messed with it the other day, yesterday in fact, I was able to hit the F key and one of the other keys, insert, home, pick up, delete, or one of those, and I got a color that just stayed the color. And it was, I could, you know, it was fine. But I just turned this computer off. I turned it off for some reason. I forget why. Turned it on and the thing reset. So that's a no-no keyboard for me. I'll be putting that away, giving that away to somebody locally. That's too bad. Now this is not the keyboard. The one I said was so great was, well, the DOS keyboard I said was great, but hey, well, you can get that DOS keyboard for I think close to $300. Maybe it's come down because it's older, but you can get it that is lighted. And I would like to, I'm not going to spend about $300 when I got all these keyboards, and when a couple of these are really, you know, nice. The Red Dragon are nice. Now this one is one of my keyboards from, you know, the G910. And it's, you know, it's big, and oh, where's this? Let's see. It's big, but the software, of course, is what is it? Google? Not Google. It's the one that the mouse and stuff is. Logitech. Okay, Logitech. And the software for this is fantastic, because then you can program, you know, all of your G keys. Okay, on this one side is G through 5, and then up above there's F keys, you know, to 12. And above F1, F2, F3, and F4, there's a G6, G7, G8, G9, and anyway, it's, and two, another nice thing about this is this thing here comes up. And I forget why they had that on there, if there was some reason. It's for ARX dock release, but cell phone fits right in there, even with a case on it, fits right in there. Neat. But okay, I need to put a note on this thing and say, you know, it's like it's a nice keyboard, but it resets. If you turn the power off, you have to reset the so this thing is so big, and I really want space, and I do not need a numbers, you know, keypad. I never ever use it. Oh God, I don't want to spend all day today hooking up keyboards to find the right one. Need to put a note with them, because one of these is the one that the cap lock is very close to the A or something. Although I never had that problem with this keyboard. Well, there's just one of these keyboards that I have that problem with. So, I guess what I can do right now is, by the way, you know, I never have an agenda I don't have a transcript. What do you call it? But I wanted to tell you something. Oh, I know, yeah. I guess I'll have to make it the next video later today, I guess. I guess I may hook this thing up again. I'm not sure how long I'll leave it hooked up, because I'm not somebody that programs. Well, you know, I could now. I mean, I might want to now because of artificial intelligence, and I think some commands that are coming out that it would be nice to have, you know, hit G1 and have it do open. And so I might, but anyway, let me show you this keyboard. And, okay, don't fall off here. I'm just going to go ahead and unplug this keyboard that's there. And normally I could just plug this one in and have, you know, two keyboards for it and then decide. But okay. I hope I haven't tied these together with, no. Okay. Okay, it's out. I'm going to come around there and get it out of the way. I'm so stupid that sometimes I do things like, oh, like especially with like two cell phones or something, and I'm changing from one cell phone to the other. Oops, to the other cell phone. And what I'll do is, and I have them, and I separate them. I even put the box next to it or something, rather, to whatever. And I'll take out the SD, you know, card or whatever, and put everything back just the way it was, you know. So maybe it's because, oh, here it is, over here. The G910 Logitech. Okay. Well, I can just set this in there now. That's one of the nice things about it, I guess. Okay. Okay, dokie. That's interesting. Okay, that's... I guess I will mention, that's what I was going to tell you about, and then I got sidetracked on this other thing. By the way, here's the keypad. Okay, I woke up this morning, I think before actually I went to bed last night. Okay, at least for right now, I guess I'm going to use this keyboard. And the G910. Okay, how can I put this quickly? Here in the United States, Social Security, I'm on Social Security, and that's about it. And we're poor, by the way. But thank God for Franklin D. Roosevelt and Democrats and unions and that type of stuff. You know, I get Social Security. It'd be nice if it was more, but I get Social Security. And then I worked for 18 years for a hospital, security, and I get $175 per month for that. But, you know, that hospital and the hospital before that, and I worked 18 years for that hospital. And the hospital before that, I worked for, I think, 6 years for them. Now, both of those hospitals had a program where you could put money into a fund. You know, the government comes up with these things, you know. You can put money in the fund. You can't take it out. If you take it out early, you pay a penalty for doing that and that type of stuff. So, if you know me, at the hospital I worked 8 years for, I think it was. If you see a video in earlier, I'm 82 now, getting older. When I retired when I quit them, I cashed in what I had mostly, so I had put in X amount of money, and the hospital put in X amount of money to this private fund. I mean, nothing like the Social Security, you know, thing or whatever, but they'd put in, which helped. And I cashed that in right away. And guess what I bought? Computer stuff. At the hospital before that, Trinity Lutheran Hospital that I worked there, they had the same type of a thing. And when I quit there, I cashed in my fund. You know, they had added some money to it too. Now, I get Social Security each month now, and I get $175 a month from the hospital, the last hospital that I worked at. Now, if you're a young person, please don't be like me. I got to find somebody to blame, you know, for the way I was, the way I am. Don't do, you know, one, invest in, you know, a tax-sheltered annuity or something like that. Oh, I forgot, yeah. I didn't get married till I was 26. And I lived with my parents till I was 26. Of course, I paid my parents, but I don't think very much. And then I did other stuff for them. But, so I got married at age 26. So I had, back then that's before computers and stuff. I was investing in the stock market. And back then, the system was really set up against somebody unless you were buying in what they call round lots, which is 100 shares. And I was buying not in 100 share, I was buying what I could afford. And but I was investing in United Nuclear and what was the other? I can't remember. United Nuclear and was it Western Nuclear? Stocks, uranium stocks or whatever. But the only problem is, and by the way, with the recent financial thing back when Bush was president, when our financial system just about crashed and the world just about came to an end. But Obama, who was running for president and who was running against him, I mean, on the Republican side, can't remember. The world's economy just about collapsed because of capitalism. Wonderful, wonderful capitalism. Oh, it's just so great, Great for corporations, great for rich people, but not, Now, I'm not calling for communism or, now, socialism would be all right, but not for the United States and not at this time. And because we've been brainwashed into capitalism, But anyway, I invested in, so I got married at age 26, and I had investments, stock investments or whatever. And so I, cashed in I didn't do it right because I did it before, a little bit before that, but I got married. And that I had a feeling, okay, something's going to happen with these nuclear stocks, or with nukes, and stuff. So I sold the nukes. Because I had a bad feeling that something was going to happen. And that's when that movie came out, by the way, where they melt down at 3 Mile, melt down at 3 Mile Island. That movie came out that was anti-nuke. Even had, what's her name, that a lot of Republicans hate and a lot of military people hate. I can't remember her name. She married the guy who started CNN. Can't remember his name. But anyway, I knew those stocks were, risky, so I cashed them in. And then I cashed them in also because I was getting married. And, you had to buy and sell in Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Finner, and Smith. They weren't satisfied just with getting your money when you bought the stock, but when you sold the stock, the commission rate was high, and you paid a penalty if you didn't sell in round lots, 100 shares or more. And so anyway, I cashed in, paid for a brand new mobile home that I took. We weren't married yet, I don't think. She was on crutches at that point. She got polio when she was 5. When I married her, she was using crutches, Now she's in a wheelchair, And we were divorced. We were married I was 26. She was 18. We were married for 12 years. Anyway, I bought a mobile home that was brand new. The best mobile home park that I knew about. Maybe over in Kansas. I'm not think they'd allow them in Overland Park, Kansas or something. Anyway, I rented a lot and had everything put in, air conditioning and all that type of stuff. And then we were married about 6 months, and And two, I told her all the pros and cons, tornadoes, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. We were married to 6 months, and she decided that she didn't want to live in a mobile home. So, what's the moral of this story? Don't get married. Don't take your money out if you're in, if you're a young person, start putting money right away into, what do they say, 10% or something? Don't count on Social Security, although Social Security is here and it works well. It should be better, but the Republicans have hated Social Security and Medicare and have fought against everything that's decent and smart. But if you're a young person, take care of your health, but invest, 10%, cut out some of the marijuana, cut out some of the alcohol, cut out going to the, whatever, so put some money at 10%, let's say, or whatever, you can afford, if you can afford more, put that, although you probably like computers and that type of stuff, but don't do what I did. Be smart. Okay, now what I was going to talk about was what I was going to talk about was a while back, one of the banks, or maybe a couple of banks, got together and decided, for people who are getting not just Social Security, whatever the other things are, and things from, like other things that, that you get money going into your, direct deposit or whatever, into your bank. A bank or two, I'm not sure how many, came along and said, what we're going to do, we get the data from Social Security and from all these other corporations that are giving you, your money, your pension plan, or whatever it is. They all give us a heads up. We know a couple of days ahead of time, or maybe a little further ahead. I don't know. And they know, so we're going ahead and give you your money, 2 days early. And for somebody like me that's poor, it's you're always running it, like, at the end of the month, are we going to eat the last few days of this month, or what, And so, now the way it works, and I may not be 100% correct on this, the way it works is with the month. Let me see if I can pull that. Where am I now? Let's go here and see if I can pull this up. No, I can't. Okay, well, maybe see if I go over here and pull this up. There we go. I think I can see it on my screen, so you can see it. Okay. The way the Social Security system and maybe some other systems work. Well, for Social Security, it is set up different people. I guess they want to all do it on the first of the month, or whatever. Even though they got computers and things. So the way it works is some people get their Social Security money, or whatever the other thing is, on the first of the month. Some get it on some other number of, the month. And some do it, and I'm following that class. I get my Social Security money on the fourth Wednesday of the month. Now, if So for this month, okay, now if it's a Wednesday, if the first of the month starts on a Wednesday, I get my money really early. It's really nice. But of course, this month, the first of the month started on Friday the 1st. So I should get my money on the 27th of this month. But they give it to you 2 days early. So when the first of the month is on a Wednesday, wow, it's nice. Now this month, it falls, I would get my money on the 27th, direct deposit. But because of that you get it 2 days early, I would supposedly get it on the 25th. But the 25th is a holiday, a legal holiday. It is Christmas Day here in the United States. So I was wondering, I knew that they had to do, that they couldn't do that. That it had to be earlier than that. So they don't do it on a Sunday in this situation. And, Monday is the 25th, a holiday. So I'm figuring that I would probably get it on the 23rd or maybe the 22nd. When I was just talking with you, let's see, wait a minute. When I was just talking with you, I got an email, direct deposit from my bank, that my money had gone in. So my Social Security money is in there, and it's the 22nd. And so we're going to be able to eat. We've been eating, but we've been eating like poor people, going to the dollar store and getting some things for $1.25 because that's a $1.25 store now. But we've been going down there and getting some things, and we have things we need to take care of, and so that's what I was going to explain to you. But now I give you, because I also had tried to do a search on the internet. What are they going to do when Wednesday is the day, and 2 days ahead is a holiday or something? And so I couldn't find any answer to that, but I found it just sitting right here, and I was just getting ready to do a little YouTube thing for you, trying to explain it to you, and maybe, I'm not sure if I explained it well enough or not, but I've got, oh God. Also, now I have to remember, and I don't want to listen to myself or watch myself. I have to remember what all did I talk about in order to put the, actually I've stopped actually putting the tags in and doing a bunch of stuff that I should do with YouTube. Because I stopped that a little longer back, because I'm not getting any money from YouTube. Turns out that I am getting money from YouTube. Well, I'm not. It turns out that, because somehow I got a notice or something popped up, that YouTube owes me $288. And then I saw where I have been making money, but I haven't got any of it. And I haven't been making money because they don't like my forms that I filled, that I filled out back in 2005 or something, And so anyway, my son is sleeping, the ex-wife is sleeping, and she's going to be so happy when she wakes up that now she can order groceries, because she's been trying to figure some way that she can order some groceries in, because, Christmas is coming up, and whatever. So she's going to be happy. My son, I don't know if he's going to be happy or, he's... But, well, one thing, see, what day is today? Today's the 22nd. What day did I say today was? Okay, today is the 22nd, and it's Friday. So I can go to the donut store and get some donuts. I can go over to Taco Casa and I can get some taco sauce today. And Darlene will be able to order food in today, and I'll be able to pay some bills. And what else do I need to do? Hey, I could buy a keyboard. So, if you've been watching me over time, I think you can see I am not, and you don't have any sympathy for people like me, by the way, also. I've got a daughter and a son. Well, I have 4 kids, but I have a daughter and a son who are financially responsible, who, don't do what I do. They don't buy, oh man, I wish I could buy a computer. I can't out of this thing or whatever, but I can go to the donut shop and I can go to Taco Casa, but I can't buy any of the, I want an Apple computer. It's in my wish list. And I want to try to make YouTube videos with it. And several of you have said, Jim, no, stick with what you got. But I want to just try Apple because of the stuff you can do. I haven't done it. But the stuff that you can do, like I could be making a video here and easily pull in these screens onto this screen and do a whole bunch of things. I think that would really make good, make good YouTube videos, I think. Okay, it's almost 1 hour of talking. I think that's enough. Anyway, advice from an old man, especially to the young people. Don't do early withdrawal, but on top of that, make sure you put money. Don't just count on Social Security. The Republicans are trying to destroy it, and that's their. And I think most of the Republicans that are trying to destroy it are, the people who need it the most. And, but take some advice, Maybe you like my site. maybe you like the stuff I talk about, maybe you like that type of stuff. So just do a little extra and learn from my mistakes. Why do I don't know. I don't want to blame my parents. But, yeah, I think you always want to blame your parents, don't you? And I'm not sure that's correct. My parents didn't make me go. My parents were not rich. My father was a union worker, so he was well paid all his life. Belonged to the Boilermakers Union. I belonged to the Boilermakers Union for a few years. My mother, during World War II, she was in California for 4 years or so, a welder and a member of the Boilermakers Union. And my father was, later on, I helped him when I was in grade school or high school. I helped him get elected to union office, and then he was appointed a business agent for the union, and until he retired. And so now we weren't, but we had money. I mean, well, we didn't have money, but we had money. Now we just had what you're supposed to have, back when I was in grade school, went to Catholic school, the nun in the grade school said, I want to ask you, okay, are your fathers white-collar workers? Never occurred that they might be a female, Are your fathers white-collar workers or blue-collar workers? And, hold up your hands. Well, he's not a white-collar worker. So I got home, then I mentioned to my dad, I'd call my parents Jim and Betty all the time. I got home and we were having dinner or something like that. I said, Jim, at school the nun asked, if my father was a white-collar worker or a blue-collar worker. And he said, what did you say? And I said, well, I know you're not a white-collar worker. I said, a blue-collar worker. No, I'm not a blue-collar worker. I'm a, So, and, that's what and two, he said, I make $4.40 an hour. And, of course, that didn't really mean anything to me. But when I got out of high school and the Army wouldn't take me, I started working as a welder, and I was making, I think, $1.95 an hour, and that was good money at that time. So you can see my father was making really good money at, $4.40 an hour back when I was in grade school. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I think I'll go wake Darlene up. She'll want to be woke up. She can start placing a food order. I'm not sure if we could get it today. Let's see. Because it's 9 o'clock.